One. Project World Folklore. Title: The Man Who Would Not Scold. This project has been produced by James Gonzalez. Culture and context. The country and region of origin is ancient China. Culture in this time is Buddhism, Confucianism, and Taoism. The environment/ecosystem or setting is an ancient Chinese village. The following picture is a statue of Confucius at Confucian Temple in Shanghai, China. History. How the country is to be or changed over history. Of course. The country of China started off in 2000 BCE as a monarchy/dynasty government. In 1912, it became the Republic of China. In 1949, China became a communist government, which it still is today. The image on the left is the Forbidden City, which was the imperial palace of the Qing dynasty. Demographics. The, the demographics of China is the Chinese race, the, the religions of Taoism, Confucianism. Well, the technically the only religion is Buddhism at this time. Taoism and Confucianism, I believe, are ways of thinking. In other words, philosophies. Languages spoken. There are many languages, well, only one technically, but they are all variations of Chinese. One of these variations was Mandarin. Something unique towards the end of China's monarchy age was that Puyi, the last emperor of China, who reigned during the Qing dynasty, of course that was the last dynasty, became emperor at only 3 years old. The following image is a map of ancient China. You are welcome to view this as long as you want. Okay, that's long enough. On with the presentation. Story analysis. Title: The Man Who Would Not Scold. Author: Norman Heinz Pittman. It was published in 1919. Of course, he wasn't the original author. Norman Pittman only published the book. Well, only wrote the book, technically. The author's purpose is to teach a moral or lesson. The genre is a folktale. The subgenre is a fairy tale. The point of view is a third-person omniscient story. Story analysis continued. The exposition. Wang is lazy. He doesn't want to do work. He'd rather lie around or take really long naps. He is a freeloader. When his neighbors invite him to dinner, he would eat constantly. He is cheap. He doesn't want to spend a lot of his own money on food. Conflict. Wang wants to eat food. Good food, in fact. But he doesn't want to work for the money to pay for it. Rising action. Wang sees a flock of ducks that he knows belong to a rich man named Lin. He decides to steal and eat one of the waterfowl. Climax. That night, Wang felt itchy. He had no idea what was happening to him. In the morning, he had discovered that what he thought was a rash turned out to be feathers growing out of his skin all over his body. Falling action. In a dream, the very old boy told Wang that he had to confess to Lin up to he has to confess to Lin what had done and ask for a scolding for him. Resolution. Finally, Wang confesses to Lin and decides to pay for the duck. Lin does give Wang a scolding eventually, and the feathers fall off. Denouncement. Wang finally changes his ways and decides not to lie, steal, be lazy, or take advantage of others ever again, and he will be responsible for his own actions. Unit 2 Essential Questions. What I confer about the beliefs of this culture. I think this culture believes it is important to be honest, hardworking, and generous. My evidence? Lin was an honest and polite person. Everyone in the village liked him. Fairy Old Boy told Wang, all this trouble you have brought upon yourself by your shiftless, lazy habits when others work. Why do you lie down and sleep your time away? Why don't you get up and shake your lazy legs? There is no place in this world for such a man, except the pigsty. Unit 2, questions continued. The rest of my evidence. Wang told Lin had Sen stolen his duck. Lin told Wang that he would have given the duck to Sen if he would have asked for it. That was very generous of Lin. How does narrator's point of view affect the story? You might ask. Focus on who you think the narrator is. Okay. The narrator's point of view is that stealing is wrong. If you do something wrong, you should own up to it and make things right. Evidence. In the story, Wang is punished for stealing a duck and grows feathers, which is very painful. The only way Wang can get rid of the feathers is to confess to the owner of the duck, Lin, and ask Lin to scold him for what he has done. How does my point of view affect how I interpret the story? Well, I agree with the author's message. I think it's wrong to steal, lie, and to frame someone else for what you know for a fact they didn't do. I believe that when you confess and you release yourself from your wrongdoings, or sins in my case. My beliefs anyways. My interpretation is that for every action there's an equal and opposite consequence. This can be either good or bad. My evidence? At the end of the story, Wang says he learned his lesson. He is growing to be a better man. Wang also says he can and will be a good worker from now on. After Wang has confessed to Lin, he felt better. Well, it seems this is the end of the presentation. Feel free to speak how you feel this was. This was, I believe, my first time doing this. So if there's a lot of stuttering, this is, well, you know why. This presentation, I don't know, I don't know how to describe it really. But these two were excited, and I believe, and there's no more reason for me to go on.